Hello students, welcome to Umadevi Children Academy. Today we are going to discuss the chapter is the chemical bonding and the topic is polarity. So before going to the polarity, the topic is the resonance structure we will discuss here. So what is resonance? A single structure, its characteristics property is determined to explain by writing two or more structure called as resonance structures. For example, we are using here the example ozone. Ozone molecules can be equally represented by the structure 1 and 2. I will show you which one is 1 and 2. So in the both structure, the oxygen single bond and oxygen double bonds. The oxygen single and double bond length is 148, 128 picometer respectively. So whatever the double bond is there, the double bond length is 121 picometer and single bond length is 148 picometer. It experimentally determine the oxygen bond length. Ozone molecule is same. Experimentally determine the oxygen bond length in the ozone molecule are same, that is 128 picometer. But during the experiment, it is determined that on the both side the ozone molecules, both side it having the 128 picometer, both side experimentally determined. How is it? I will tell you. So oxygen bond in ozone molecule, intermediate bond, double bond and single bond, and obviously it cannot be represented by the Lewis structure. This is we can't be explained by the Lewis structure. So because Lewis structure cannot give the experimental identifications, experimental proof, it cannot be given by the Lewis structure. Concept of resonance was introduced in the ideal with the type of the difficultly experienced in the depiction the actual structure of the ozone molecule. Like according to the concept of resonance, the single Lewis structure cannot be described by the molecules. A single structure, already I told you definition, a single structure cannot be explained by its characteristics and property. Right? It cannot be described with the molecules. The number of structure with similar energy, position of nucleus, bonding, non-bonding, electrons taken as a canonical structure of the hybrid. So what is canonical structure of hybrid? So here students, the single structure is there. The single structure, in the single structure of the ozone molecules, we can't able to determine single structure, like means the here O3. We with the help of O3 we can't able to explain the structure of the ozone, or we can't able to explain this structure. With the help of this structure we can't able to explain the nature of the oxygen atom. What is the nature? What is the charge on this oxygen? What is the charge on the second oxygen? What is the charge on the third oxygen? We can't able to express with single structure. So that's why we are writing the two or more different structures here. That is we call it the canonical structures. Right? Canonical structure. In the canonical structure or resonance structure and their hybrid means the both side having the same energy. If you write the ozone structure, ozone two or more different structure, during in which their energy remains same, that is called as a resonance hybrid structures. Right? Or we may also call it a resonance hybrid. Resonance hybrid means if the single structure we are written into the two or more than two different form, in the different form but their energy remains same, that is we call it the resonance hybrid. So here students, the oxygen single bond length is 148 picometer. Oxygen double bond 128 picometer. Similarly here double bond 121 picometer, single bond 148 picometer. But here experimentally determined this is the 128 picometer. How is happened? I will tell you. I am using here oxygen. So this is the double bond. This I consider first oxygen, this second, and this is the third oxygen. First and second oxygen atom have strong attractions because having the double bond, and first and third oxygen having the weak attraction. Why? Because of the single bond means the bond length high, nuclear attraction weak, strength also weak. Double bond means the bond length small, strong nuclear attraction, and the strength is high, right? But this is not constant, students. This is not a constant, because the third oxygen also want to more close to the first oxygen atom, so that's why it's sharing the one pair to here. Then it pair means the first and second, third oxygen atoms are come close to each other, and it's sharing one pair here, so it form double bonds. Then if the first oxygen move towards the third oxygen atom means these electrons are again accepted by the second oxygens. This pair of electrons again accepted by the second oxygen atom, and the earlier having the only 4 valence electrons, 1 2 3 4, and here now it have a 6 valence electrons. Right, students? So it means here the 6 valence electron, now it becomes 4 valence electron. It is a negative charge, and this is positive charge, this is neutral charge. Right, students? So why the different charges are developed here, I will tell you. This is first oxygen positive, and this is the neutral, and this is the negative. Okay, oxygen have ability to share only 2 pair of electrons, but look at here the first oxygen atom. First oxygens are sharing here the have only 2 lone pair. Oxygen outermost have a 6 electrons, but here it have only 2 electrons. It means this oxygens 2 electrons are sharing to the this third oxygen, and these 2 electrons sharing to the this both electrons sharing to this oxygen. So that's why the second oxygen cannot share any electron. It's just accepting one pair from the first oxygen, so that's why it is negative charge. And the first oxygen atom sharing the electron to the third oxygen atom, second oxygen, so it develop positive charge, and the third oxygen having the neutral charge. This is 0 because 1 2 3 4 valence electron, 1 2 3 4 bond pair, 4 lone pair and 4 bond pair, so it is neutral, right? I think you will learn in the formal charge, students. In formal charge we have discussed this thing. So resonance stabilized by the molecules have a energy same, so it means this bond is not constant here, it sometimes shifted to here, it double bond forms, and again shifted to here. So double bond is not constant, double bonds can be formed on the both sides, that is we call it a resonance hybrid. Resonance hybrid. Students, resonance hybrid is the less energy than the single canonical structures. Resonance hybrid, this resonance hybrid have a less energy than the single canonical. Canonical means this is the canonical structures. Right, students? So the resonance average and the bond characteristics as a whole, the O3 molecular resonance is the lower than the 2 canonical forms. So this resonance hybrid have a lower energy than this 2 canonical forms energy. Understood? Okay. Next is the polarity of the bond. The 100% of ionic or covalent bond present in the ideal situation, that is called a polarity. Polarity means polar. Polar means charges, students. Polar means charges. So reality, no bond or no compound, either the completely covalent or ionic. So here it explaining whatever the compounds are available, chemical compounds or chemical bonds are the chemical covalent bond is present, that is not completely covalent. The covalent bond which contain the little bit percentage of the ionic character, and covalent bond formed by the 2 similar atom, for example H2O2 Cl2 shared by the equally attracted by the 2 atoms. So the covalent bond is 100% covalent bond is formed only between the same atoms, between the similar atoms. This is the complete covalent bonds. If you say the hydrogen and oxygens are forming the covalent bond, means it is not 100% covalent. It is having the partially means the some percentage ionic character also present here, right? So result of the electron pair situated exactly between the two identical nuclei. The result, the electron pair situated exactly between the two identical nuclei A and B. Between them the electron pair is present. Between the identical nuclei. Identical nuclei means I will use here the S2. Both are same. Identical means both are same. I am using S2. So nuclei both are same here. Positive charge. Identical nuclei. So electron, whatever the electron pair is present here, situated between the identical atoms, that is the non-polar covalent bond. This is we call it the non-polar covalent bond. Or you may say between the oxygen double bond forms. This is we call it the non-polar covalent bond. Right, students? But the contrary to this, the heteronuclear molecule like HF, the shade the electron pair between the two atoms get displaced the more toward the fluorine. Electronegative fluorine greater than the hydrogen atoms. So result, the covalent bond is a polar covalent bond. So here one of the example I am using here, the hydrogen and fluorine. Hydrogen atom and fluorine. Both are mutually share electrons to form HF. Right. HF dissociated heteroleptically because the fluorine is more electronegative, so pair of electrons move towards the fluorine, so it forms the H plus and the F minus. Such type of compound we called as a polar covalent bond because here it forms the charges. But in non-polar, both have one electrons, both are sharing to form H bond H. During the dissociation, both are dissociated equally. Again it becomes hydrogen atom. No charge here. Atom, no charge. That is a non-polar. This is non-polar. But if the heteroatoms we are used, heteroatoms are dissociated heteroleptically, so it forms the charge, that is we call polar covalent bond. Right. As a result of polarization, the molecule possesses dipole moment, which can be defined as the product of magnitude of charge distance between the center of the positive and negative charges. So it is usually designated with the Greek letter, mathematically expressed as follow. So here students, here we are given the dipole moment. What are the polar covalent bond is there? The polar covalent bond also given the one more name, that is the dipole moment. So di means two, pole means the charge. The two charges are developed by the moment. Moment means separations. Right. So two atoms in which charges are developed when they are move far apart from each other. It is minus and this is plus. So that is the two particles are develop the charges, that is dipole. This is di. Two pole means charge. Two charges, positive, negative, two charges. Two charges are developed when the particles are causes movement. Movement means when they are separated. After separation, they are developed the charge here, that is dipole moment. Understood, students? So here the definition also mention magnitude of charge and distance between the center of positive and negative charges. So distance are developed when the distance developed between the two heteroatoms when the heteroatoms are when they are move far apart from each other, the it dissociated and definitely develop the two opposite charge, and it is mathematically expressed as dipole moment mu actually it is mu, students, like this. Mu is equal to q into r. Q is the charge, r is the distance of separations. So dipole moment, it is unit is dB. Dipole moment unit is dB. 1 dB is equal to 3.3356 into 10 to the power of minus 30 coulomb. 1 dB, right? Okay. Dipole moment, for the dipole moment is a vector quantity. By the convention, it is depicted the small arrow. It is denoted by the small arrow, like this, students. It is designated by the small arrow, like this. Small arrow, I will show you. Small arrow. Negative charge, negative center, tail, the negative center, small arrow with tail. Small tail is like this, right? So arrow which indicating the negative charge, and the tail which indicating the positive charge. Right? Arrow indicating negative charge, and the tail, this is the tail. This portion we called as a tail. Tail is positive charge, and this is head. Head is the negative charge, tail is the positive charge. Right, students? So look at here, students. I think in the textbooks the HF is mentioned here, HF. So here it arrow we are designated by this form, and here the hydrogen develop positive charge, so we have to mark here as a plus form. The tail plus, and this is the arrow indicating the negative charge on the fluorine. Right, friends? So this arrow symbolizes the direction of the shift of electron density. And this arrow also mentions the high electronegativity of element. This arrow indicating high electronegativity element. This arrow indicating the high electron density of the atom. So direction cross the arrow opposite to the convention, the dipole moment vector. In case of polyatomic molecules, the polyatomic molecules means the carbon dioxide, H2O, CCl4 or CF2Cl2. These all are polyatomic molecules. So what is the rule for what is the dipole moment of the polyatomic molecules? Here dipole moments are considered based on the central atoms. If the central atoms are surrounded by the same element, they are considered the central atoms surrounded by the same element, as well as their bond angle. The bond angle and the number of same or different element decide the dipole moment here, right? So here dipole moment depend upon the individual dipole moment of the bond. So for example, the A element is there. A element attached to the X, this again it attached to the Y and Z. So here the bond length, here the bond angle is 104. Here the bond angle is 115, because all are different elements, 15, and here the bond angle is 100. So this bond angle and the individual element, their electronegativity decide the dipole moment of individual element. Right, students? Bond angle as the individual element, their electronegativity decide the bond angle, that is called the bond dipole. For example, I will show you here the carbon dioxide. Carbon and oxygen are attached here. Oxygen is more electronegative, delta minus, carbon is more electropositive, delta plus. Again it is more electronegative oxygen, delta minus. So both oxygen atom, this is the first oxygen and second, both are try to both both are same oxygen atom and both are applying the same energy, x kilojoule per mole, and here also x kilojoule per mole, x kilojoule per mole, x kilojoule per mole, both are applying the same energy to carry the permanent charge, but both having the same energy. So that's why the here the dipole moment get cancel. Here dipole moment cancel because the both side having the same energy of the atom, first oxygen, second oxygen, and both are applying the same energy. They are also applying the same energy to carry pair of electrons. So both applying same energy, so that's why the energy get cancel here. So dipole moment of carbon dioxide is 0 here, right? Okay, look at here, I will give one example here. This is the one person and holding the rope, and here the another persons also holding the rope, both having the same weight, same energy, same height and weight. Then what happens, students? Then in this case rope is neither move on the first person nor on the second person, that both have a same energy. Similarly the carbon dioxide is the linear structure and it is the both sides same element, so the dipole moment is 0 here. So carbon dioxide is the dipole moment is 0 because the linear structure always dipole moment is 0, and the both sides having the same element, that is the oxygen on around the central atom, so the dipole moment is 0 here, right? If in place of carbon dioxide and the sulfur in this case, so in this case students, the oxygen is more electronegative than the carbon, so pair of electrons are more towards here, so it develop negative charge and carbon positive charge, right? And the sulfur is more electronegative than the carbon, so again it develop the negative charge and this is +2 charge. So that's why the carbon here develop the plus complete charge develop if the either side attach the different element. Some experimentally determine the some elements are there given here some example, and the experimental determination of the dipole moment. These are all are experimentally determined dipole moment. Right, students? So water 18.5, HF 191, HCl 1.30. So friends, it is the 1.30, right? NH3 1.46, NF3 0.24, D means dBA, HBr 0.78, HI 0.38, CS3Cl 1.86. So let's calculate the an example. The water having the 1.85. Already we know that water is the 1.85. So what is the net dipole moment? So dipole moment of water 1.85 dBA. dBA means 3.35 10 to the power of minus 30. Then you multiply, you got the dipole moment of water is the 6.17. Right, friends? So the resultant dipole, this is the resultant dipole moment of 2 OH bond. 2 OH bond. 1, 2. So this is the resultant dipole moment of the 2 OH bond here, right? Similarly the water molecules are shown here, bond dipoles. The resultant dipoles here mentioned here. The why? The based on the hydrogens both are same here. Oxygens either side having the both are applying same energy, but here oxygen is more electronegative than the hydrogen. Here the hydrogen is not applying the force, oxygens are applying force on the both side. So oxygen applying the force to get the pair of electrons. So it means the oxygen develop two, how many arrow? 1, 2, 2 arrow, -2 charge, and hydrogen plus charge. So that's why the net dipole moment is 1.67 10 to the power of -30. So dipole moment of BF2 is 0. BF2. Here I had already told you bond angle and terminal electronegative element decide the dipole moment. Here also both sides same element, but the central atom is the weaker. Central atom is the less electronegative, and terminal element fluorine is more electronegative. So that's why what happened here. So here the dipole moment is 0. Dipole moment 0, because this fluorine is also applying the force to carry this pair of electron. Similarly, this also try to carry the pair of electrons, but during in which the both sides are applying the same force, same element applying the same force, dipole moment is 0 here. Right, students? Understood? The similarly, look at here, students. One more example I'm giving here. Boron trifluoride. Here fluorine, this also applying the force to carry electrons. This is also applying the force to carry electron. This is also applying the force. All the set they are applying the force, but the net dipole moment is 0, because terminal element having the more electronegative, central element having the less electronegative. But this case is opposite in water. Water have a dipole moment because the terminal element hydrogen is weak electronegative, central atom is a high electronegative, so electrons are moved towards central atom. Students, but terminal elements they are applying the force to carry electron, but these are stopped to carry the charge of this element. So then dipole moment is 0. Students, I hope you understood today's topics.